with that being said, I was thinking about all this morning because, you know, a lot of people want to judge me for my past. A lot of people know about my past. A lot of people were there for a lot of it, and, you know, want to send the projection that I'm this, that, the other, whatever. Okay, first off, I can pass any drug test you put in front of me. I don't consume alcohol. I recently quit, you know, smoking cigarettes. So unless you can claim the same, you have no room to judge me, period. And, you know, I had a conversation with my son, Luke, and he was saying that he felt, you know, drinking alcohol was okay. And I was like, it's not okay, because it's named after the star Algol, which is a demon star, okay? It's a demon star. So you're basically consuming something that makes you demonic when you consume it. And anybody that is Christian shouldn't be consuming the demon's juice just because Jesus turned water into wine. Like, make it make sense. Make it make sense, okay? Make it make sense. And furthermore, I got to thinking about this the other day too. I don't even know where it came about that Jesus was crucified on the dogwood tree. Okay, that the dogwood tree was used for his cross. Because first off, dogwood trees are nowhere near where he was crucified, first and foremost, okay? I've never been native there, would never even show up there, okay? They're only native in certain areas. So basically, it was just made up. It was just made up. That whole story was just made up. Anyway, the whole point of putting in the Bible that Jesus turned water into wine was to trick Christians into drinking something that was going to keep them from being able to fully connect to God. That was the whole point of it. And that's why any Christian that consumes alcohol and judges me, I will never respect. Period. You're drinking the devil's juice and you're judging me, and you think I'm going to listen to what you got to say? Nope. Not gonna happen. And it took discovering that right there, okay? It took discovering that for me to give it up. And you gotta think, I was 14 the first time I got drunk. You know, that addiction, all of that was created at a very young age. And in all honesty, it was a mirror of the lifestyle that my mother had with her dad. So in her eyes, she didn't see anything wrong with what she was doing. It was legal there, right? It wasn't legal here in Johnson City to sneak me into a nightclub stamped 21 and up when I was 14. That's for another time, another day. Anyway, it took me learning astrology and learning the root word, okay, because that's how deception is engraved in our everyday life, is in the things that they hide in root words, okay, to deceive God's people into not knowing what's actually going on behind the scenes, right? So when you drink, you're lowering your vibration. which keeps you from being able to truly connect to God. You're not hearing what God's saying when you drink. You're hearing what demons are saying. Truly. Okay? And this morning, like, it was just heavy on my heart to talk about these things, you know, because so many people have judged me. So many people hold my past against me, not looking at the fact that I'm part of the 2%. 2% of people overcome the things that I've overcome, and they were only brought into my life because of extreme trauma. And I've been judged because of that, which I guess for me, you know, I don't shame myself for those things anymore. I'm actually proud of how far I've come. I'm proud of the things that I have overcome, and I'm not ashamed to say it out loud like most people. Most people are ashamed to talk about the things that they've been through. I know, I've been there. However, I've overcome it. You know, which brings me to my next point. After my rape, I spent many years going to the doctor, extreme pain in my lower back, in my legs. It would radiate down. Pain, pain, pain. I had broken my tailbone falling down a flight of steps. I had severe trauma delivering my children. I had, obviously, my rape, right? And that creates a trauma blueprint in that chakra area. So I've had a lot of trauma to the root chakra. And I would go to the doctor all the time. Help me, I'm in pain, I'm in pain, I'm in pain. And their solution was medication. And then what did they do? They turn around, try to label you as a drug seeker because you're trying to get relief. And they're giving you medicine. Make it make sense. Fucking system is broken. Literally broken. I know. I've lived it. I've been through it. Okay? And then now I had all new things that I had to overcome. Had to come off all the medications that they had me on. And then that's when I fully leaned into Reiki and allowed for true healing to take place. This is why I am such an advocate for Reiki in medicine, because I've seen what it's done in my own personal life, and I'm not ashamed to talk about these things, you know. But it was truly heavy on my heart today to talk about this and to share and to bear witness, and it's going to be something that I talk about more, you know. And that was my argument with my mom. Like, you can't judge me for the mother that I am because of the mother that you were. You can't, because I'm already doing 10 times better than what you were. I'm not getting my kids drunk at 14. I'm not taking them to a nightclub at 14. I'm not sneaking them out of the country at 14. But yet you want to judge me and then tell me I don't remember my childhood correctly. Trust me, I remember the first time I got drunk. I know when that was. And that was the key to opening everything that I had to heal. And I carried a lot of shame. Like in 2018, when God said, Brooke, you are to talk about everything that you have overcome. Oh my God, I can't talk about this. I can't talk about the drugs. I can't talk about my rape. I can't talk about the fact that my mother was the one that introduced me to alcohol and got me drunk. I can't talk about these things. People will shame me. People will judge me. And God said, yeah, but you are to talk about these things, because it's what you've healed. And without God, I would have never been able to heal any of it. And that's a fucking fact. Truly. But anyway, I felt like my rant and my preaching has been quite a bit today. I've dropped a lot. But anyway, I love you all. Have a blessed day. And I'll be back soon. Bye.